Welcome back to the third edition of Beyond the Prize.
In this year's edition, we'll be taking a deeper look into the annual art festival that takes place in downtown Grand Rapids.
We'll focus on some specific art pieces and the meanings behind them.
I'm Libby Montroy.
And I'm Tegan Emerson. This is Beyond the Prize. We are here at ArtPrize after a short 2-year break due to COVID-19.
We got the opportunity to learn about all the new art pieces and the amazing stories behind them.
Now that we're back, we have a couple new updates regarding rules with COVID, our new ArtPrize director, and a different way of choosing your favorite artists.
There are lots of new exciting things this year. With everything looking different because of COVID, ArtPrize had to adapt to these changes as well.
I got the chance to sit down with Craig Sear, our new executive director, and ask him a couple questions to get a better understanding of the new format this year.
ArtPrize is a citywide art competition. It's open to the public, and ArtPrize provides the platform that allows artists and venues to connect and create beautiful, magical places in those venues. So essentially you have over 100 galleries across the city to just go and see and experiment and experience for free. I mean, you can literally walk into any restaurant, any bar, any public space that is a venue for absolutely free and see beautiful works of art and engage with artists on a level that you traditionally wouldn't get in a normal art gallery. It's just a sense of community and pride and together and connectedness. From a revenue standpoint, ArtPrize generates about $33 million in revenue for not from an organizational standpoint, but for the local businesses and community.
I'm Riley Zanstra with Beyond the Prize, and I'm down on Monroe Street to look at some of this year's best entries in ArtPrize. This art competition in Grand Rapids highlights many different artists and the hard work they put in to create these amazing pieces. The first collection of art we're looking at today is called the Honda Design and Drive. This first car showcases some of Michigan's best features. With over 800 entries this year, we have many more pieces to see. They range from a 17-foot Tin Man to some comic strips painted on the wall, all of which have different inspiration behind them. This piece was created by former Rockford teacher Ken Vidro. It's called Pop Goes Grand Rapids, and it's all about fan art in the city. The artists work for months on end to bring their ideas to life, and for some, their efforts get rewarded. Like Florencia, the winner of the Artista Latina Award.
This is my reaction to COVID. It's basically about having images that remind us of our inner warriors, because I felt that's what we needed during COVID. We had a lot of fear going around, and I just wanted to put something positive out there.
Florencia was one of the top 5 overall winners of ArtPrize, along with these other talented artists. This has been Riley Zanstra, signing off.
There are many great art pieces to look at this year, and some go beyond just art.
Our first story starts at the Samaritan Senior Living Facility, where one of our reporters got to talk to Dana Rowe, the facility manager, about the ArtPrize piece she submitted this year.
Dana asked her patients who suffer from dementia questions about who they are and what they're proud of. Their positive answers inspired her to create an art piece around it called I Am.
I've done gardening quite a bit through my life, and it helps relax me.
Frank Sullivan is a resident of an organization called Samaritan Senior Living Facility, which takes care of those suffering from dementia.
They are so much more than their diagnosis.
It was this thought that sparked an idea for facility manager Dana Rowe.
This project is called I Am.
It started out simple.
I was actually asking residents of our memory care program questions about themselves.
Dana asked the residents to fill in the blank of the statement, I am.
And they said things like, I'm a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, a grandpa, a grandma.
After receiving those answers, Dana decided to press even further, asking each person what they were capable of.
And they said, I can cook, I can clean, I can bless and forgive and love.
After this inspirational experience, Dana decided to create something memorable that would impact all the residents, families, and staff involved in this project.
It's in the shape of the words I am, which is symbolic for them being more than their diagnosis. And really we want people to fill in their own blank with something that's meaningful and ability-based or interest-based for them.
Residents like Frank were able to not only share their meaningful I am statements, but had a chance to get involved in putting the project together themselves.
I went from staining the baskets that the flower in to planting them, putting sod in, to putting soil, potting soil in, and planting the plants and watering them, and then deadheading them when they started coming up and getting profuse.
The garden signs themselves display the unique answers from each individual who contributed to this special work of art.
They gave such meaningful answers.
And out of those answers, one unexpected outcome came at the end. The group was asked what they like about each resident, and the responses were moving.
They started sitting up taller and straighter and blushing and even smiling, and it just really goes to show that like a simple word can be so meaningful.
Although some of the residents may not remember all of this experience, for a moment in their life, they found joy in the present and celebrating who they are.
Just making somebody's day by giving them those kind words is really allowing them to live in the moment and feel a lot of happiness and joy.
And that is something we could all use a little more of. This has been Bella Roy with Beyond the Rock, signing off.
It's amazing how someone can take these people's stories to create beautiful works of art.
I agree. It's interesting to learn more about the meaningful stories behind different pieces submitted. We have many important stories to share with you today, with different messages behind each of them.
The next story is about a woman who has submitted pieces into ArtPrize for the past 5 years. She's grown her piece and now has 12 different drawings to complete it.
We'll get more into this story after our short commercial break.
Isolation Series is an ongoing collection of panels based on societal issues that continue with that expressing yourself. For example, better issues. Indulge your curiosity and never be afraid to use your imagination. Expressing how all too often don't let obstacles get in the way. Feel free to question and challenge.
Someday, I want to be an ArtPrize.
Are the words Kathy Van Hecken told her teacher before receiving some encouraging words.
He said, I think you're ready now. And so then I drew a 9-foot sunflower.
This year's entry, The Predator Project, came to Van Hecken in the year 2020.
I found myself thinking, what would it look like if 12 predators were staring at me? So I thought, let's just study the eyes.
Creating art with pencils instead of paint and brushes allows her to work at her own pace.
Pencil work is different than oil work. There's no brushes to clean. You can lay it all out. I have a room that I can work on it, and I can sit down and work for 5 minutes. I can work for 5 hours.
Each of these predators have a special meaning to Van Hecken.
As I painted each one, there were certain things about them that were important to me. This is the cheetah. I just loved the amount of color. I used probably 20 colors in these eyes. The raccoon was a character to do, but I just enjoyed those big round eyes that they have.
This has been Anna Carpenter with Beyond the Prize, signing off.
What a beautiful way for Mrs. Van Hecken to show her take on predators in the wild.
I love all the amazing details she uses to enhance her drawings. The next piece we'd like to share with you is called My Dearest Friend.
My Dearest Friend is a piece created by Oakley Thiel, who partnered with DisArt, a disability arts organization based in Grand Rapids.
Thiel created this piece to bring awareness to those with disabilities and how COVID-19 has affected them in unique ways.
ArtPrize is back and better than ever this year with a variety of amazing and meaningful new pieces. One that stood out was the My Dearest Friend project.
My Dearest Friends began in March of 2020 when the world changed.
And so it's been a year and a half. And over that year and a half, what started as a simple call through the My Dearest Friends project Instagram has led to now over 400 submissions from people around the world.
This project is more than just another submission to ArtPrize. It's a DisArt piece that is working to bring awareness to the disabled community throughout the pandemic.
There's this time in the pandemic history in which it was thought that disabled people would really be hit the hardest. Although that was a comfort to non-disabled people, that was a very discomforting thing for us.
The My Dearest Friend project worked to combat this uneasiness by providing people with an outlet for their emotions that was then turned into art.
You send in your submission. Oakley doesn't know who you are, your background, but does read very closely what people are communicating. And then almost immediately she'll talk about where she has an image in her head.
Oakley's creations, mixed with the powerful words from the submissions, came together to form the current installment of the My Dearest Friend project. And while the project has come a long way, the artists still have big expectations moving forward.
While we don't know where it's going to head, we do hope that it is a project that can engage younger individuals.
The My Dearest Friend project has grown into an amazing piece of artwork, and it's sure to continue growing and spreading its message beyond ArtPrize. This has been Riley Zanstra with Beyond the Rock, signing off.
What a beautiful way to bring awareness to such a great cause.
These incredible people have worked extremely hard to create their best art to share with us.
As COVID-19 paused Grand Rapids' greatest art show, we're so happy to be able to share with you these amazing works of art.
After figuring out this new way of running ArtPrize through COVID, we are hoping this festival can still continue for years to come.
And as ArtPrize continues, Beyond the Rock will be there to cover it.
Congratulations to every artist involved. This has been Tegan Emerson
and Libby Montroy with Beyond the Prize.